For many couples, getting a divorce means dealing with very thorny issues, from money and property division to custody of the kids.
So knowing what steps to take to avoid a long, drawn-out legal battle can be crucial. And
here with some advice is celebrity divorce lawyer Randall Kessler, the author of the aptly named book, Divorce.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, and thank you so much for being here. Welcome. Now, there are amicable divorces out there, but you say get a lawyer anyway. Why is that your first piece of advice?
Well, you know, it's sort of the ounce of prevention. If you haven't been through the territory before, go map it out. You wouldn't run an obstacle course without getting a map. You wouldn't travel overseas without seeing where you're going to go. Check out the territory. Figure it out. Make it more amicable than you think it has to be.
And what are the essential steps to take? I mean, how do you get started in this? You know, you're tired of your wife. What do we do now?
You don't just run and file a case. You find out who your friends use for their divorce. You find out who's got a good reputation. And you find somebody that you can talk to and that will listen to you and figure out what you want. Somebody that can help you get through the process.
You know, we talk about keeping it amicable, but you talk about getting, you know, evidence, I guess, so to speak, any kind of incriminating parts of why the marriage fell apart, right? Social media, too?
Social media, I mean, it's everywhere. Evidence is everywhere. It's a gold mine for lawyers nowadays. People post things on Facebook, or people's friends of friends of friends post something. If you have access to your wife or your husband's Facebook friends, by all means, you can look at it and you can download stuff. But the bottom line is going to be compartmentalize. If you're angry, compartmentalize, get that out in therapy, and talk about assets and the children as if it's a business negotiation. And let's figure out what's best for the bottom line.
Have you ever been divorced?
No, I've not. I skipped my first marriage. I got married in my 40s.
Oh, okay.
So now, now that's a really good point, I think, about having the therapist to work out those issues and the divorce lawyer separately, because the nastier the divorce gets, is it typically costlier for everybody involved?
Well, you know, for $600 an hour to pay me to be your therapist is really not the right thing to do.
It's not smart.
Have a therapist that you share the cost of. Have a lawyer deal with the legal issues. Have a therapist deal with the emotional issues. Absolutely.
Can I ask, did I jump on you?
No.
So let me ask you a question. You know, they have the, where you share custody, like in California. What do you call it?
50-50.
50-50 joint custody.
Now, is it 50-50 of what you have or what you've made since you've been together?
Since you've been together. If you get married, usually what you have is what we call premarital money. A prenup is really what we do to resolve all those issues, to be clear about it. But in almost every state, if you have a bunch of money before you get married and you keep it separate, that's usually going to stay yours, although you might be able to use that to pay some alimony. But pretty much, if you've made $1 million before you're married, that's hopefully going to stay yours, or you at least get most of it.
I will point out, though, in the book, though, you do break it down state by state, and you say where there is variation and where there are standards.
Right. Some states we call it equitable division, which it's fair division, but still, fair division usually means 50-50, but in some cases, the guy who's an athlete and worked his butt off to get to that career, and then he was married for the 2 years at the height of his career, maybe he should keep more of that, because it was the result of 15 years of practicing and working out.
New York's tough, right? New York's tough. I lived in Nevada a long time. That's 50-50, but...
Yeah, community property, right?
Yeah. Right.
What about, now, what's no fault?
No fault means you don't need to have a reason to get a divorce. You can just say, Judge, my marriage is over, I can't make it work, and then you're entitled to a divorce. Doesn't mean the judge can't hear about other stuff.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. We talk about celebrity divorces. One interesting one right now is David Tutera. He's the wedding planner to the stars and makes people's dreams come true. Of course, his own marriage now, and his spouse, they've got the twins, they're separating them. What is the deal with that?
That is like a law school hypothetical. There's gay marriage, there's surrogacy, there's reproductive technology, so it's a whole smorgasbord. But the real issue is, they're going to get divorced, and should these kids have a relationship or not? That's what everyone's talking about. And some people say it's better, if you're going to separate kids, to do it while they're babies and they won't grow up knowing each other, rather than letting them get to know each other, and then the parents really can't stand each other, and the kids who know each other and love each other are separated. So they're going to have to decide what's best for these kids, and they're going to need a lot of therapy and a lot of psychological help to figure out what's best for these kids' future.
But there are ways to make the process go smoother.
Get educated about the process. Talk with your partner about what your goals are, and figure out what the most important thing to you is. And usually it's not money. Usually it's happiness. We want closure. And stay friends. The best thing a parent can do for their child is to love and respect the other parent.
Okay. Randall Kessler, thank you so much. Author of Divorce, which of course is on sale now, in case you need to know.
Get that book.
That's what the book looks like.
Get that book, guys. Get the book.
Help you out. There it is. So
there's a mixed message.